Hi friend, I'm hoping you're having a wonderful week. So recently I was listening to this song from Hillsong called Oceans, and there's a part in the song where it talks about like grace abounds in deepest waters, and there's so much truth to that line. When you think about it, like if you just go like through, if you just go through the Bible, like, and I think about, Stephen, when Stephen faced like the persecutors, like, and they were stoning him, he still spoke about forgiveness towards them. How did he do that? He did it because the grace of God was on his life. He felt the grace of God. It wasn't his own strength. And I experienced that in my own life, where like I was in situations where people were just like not very nice, like, and very like good, or like it was like issues, whatever. But when I leaned on the grace of God in that situation, instead of getting hated or bringing hatred back, like where I felt hatred, I literally felt like love for them, and I felt compassion, and my reaction changed. When I leaned on my own understanding, when I leaned on my own thing, usually what happens is like bitterness comes out of it, or upsetness, or anger, or whatever. And that's not good, right? That's not the right reaction. And I'm not saying like you will never have that reaction, because we all do. Like yeah. But what I'm saying with this is we need to learn to lean more on the grace of God. We need to lean more on like Him when we get into situations like that. Because if we lean on our own understanding all the time, I'm sorry, and when we lean on our own strengths, it's not going to come out well. We're not having grace for people. We're not having the love for people that God wants to give us for them. It's impossible, because we're all people. So we really need the grace. And in the song, when it talks about the deepest water, it's talking about the deepest challenges, the greatest challenges we face in life, the hardest times. That's when His grace is the strongest. That's when we can like even experience it more than any time else. Which makes sense, because if you're more challenged, like if it's harder and harder and harder, you need more grace, right? So you need to lean more on Him. And I think that's something really, really important, like, to remember. So I want to encourage you with this video, like, lean on God's grace in your life. When you feel like attacked, when you feel challenged, when you feel like going through something hard, instead of leaning on your own understanding and what you can do, lean on God's grace. Lean fully into Him and say, like, God, like, I need you. I can't handle this. And see the outcome then. I'm not saying the situation ends perfect. Stephen didn't end perfect. He died in the situation, right? So it doesn't mean your outcome's going to be perfect. But it means the testimony you give to others is a testimony of grace and the love of God, instead of a testimony of an angry human being, right? And that makes a huge difference. And that's showing the love of Jesus. So let's live all in that grace. And yeah, let this grace abound in deepest waters in our lives. Have a wonderful, blessed week. Love you, friend. Bye.